Hello YouTubers, hello Yam Squad, welcome to race day. We're at the club just waiting to get to Dorney Lake with the lads in less cars to help save the environment. But today we've got an early time trial first, so the time trial's at 8:30. You fly down a course, get a time, and then we see what that time is in ranking order, and that puts us in the semi-final in the afternoon and a final later on in the day. So we'll see how we get on. Fingers crossed we do as well as we want to. But I've got my smoothie to fuel me up for today, or for this morning anyway. Absolutely delicious. Got some lovely banana, strawberry, milk, yogurt, oats, and a little bit of protein powder as well. But we'll just wait here a little bit longer, wait for the guys to arrive, and then we'll go ahead and get to Dorney Lake. Oh yeah. And we've made it to Dorney Lake. We've got a beautiful morning. This morning the lake is flat. Hopefully it stays like that for the majority of the day. I don't think it will though, because there's supposed to be a raging crosswind. But now we're going to head over to the tents, have a little bit of a relaxing few minutes before everyone arrives. Then we get our hands on the boat, get on that water, and send it down that water. Oh yeah. And we've made it to the gazebo, the resting area. Not really sure what we're going to do filming wise for the races, but it's now time to go do a time trial, so let's get to it. And we've made it off the water after our time trial, walking back to the car,
And we've got Toadie with us!
Toadie! But we're going to go to the club for some breaded egg toast in between the time trial and the semi-final. We're not sure how the results are, or what the results are yet, but our row pretty decent, getting that first run down the track of the day to get the legs burning, and then 2 more runs left. But like I said, it's time to fuel up, because remember, food is fuel, especially after a lovely leg burner like we just did. So we'll see you back at the club. And we've made it to the crew room. I've got some delicious breaded egg toast to fuel up after the time trial here in the crew room, because remember, food is fuel. And I've got my recovery leggings on just to give myself a little bit of an advantage. All the little bits can start to add up. These guys are from the guys at Unbound, if you want to go check them out. The link in the description below. But got the breaded egg toast, gonna eat this, and we've got some rowing going on at the European Champs at the same time as Met Regatta. So rowing going on everywhere. But it's time to fuel up. And we've made it to Mr. Richard's house to play with him. Just a little bit of chill out time with the puppy. Oh yeah. And we've made it back to the course here, prepping for our semi-final, getting some sun cream on, because sun safety is very important, especially as we race throughout the day, making sure we're not wasting energy to repair some burntness. But let's get racing. And we have finished our racing for today. I don't think I actually said what the results were so far. So the time trial, we came 4th, and then behind 3rd, and 3rd in the time trial, behind Brooks A and B. And then in the semi, we were 2nd to Brooks A, and then the final just happened there. So there's a big gap in the day to, we were 3rd to Brooks A and B. Another disappointment. So what I'm going to do is have a little chat once we get back home, get a little bit of food, because food is fuel, and then have a little chat about how the day sort of went after cooling down a little bit, and obviously getting the boat away. So I'll see you probably at the house. And we have made it back to the house. So what happened today? An overview of the day. So we'll start with the first race, the time trial. We ended up coming 3rd. So we were reasonably happy with the row, but we were, I think, 5 seconds or so behind Brooks 1 and 2. But it was like a time trial, so like no one knows about the sort of effort levels of both crews. And then we had the semi, and so since we were 3rd, it was Brooks A and us in the semi together, and we weren't happy with how we rode in the semi, so that brought us to the final, where we had the semis that this is what we want to change, spoke to the coaches, how the boat felt, and this is what we want to change. So we went to change that for the final, and we did. We made an improvement on what we wanted to improve on, but we ended up third behind Brooks 1 and 2. And so congratulations to those guys for really, I mean, Brooks are doing an awesome job right now, putting together some really fast boats, and we are not able to beat them at the current time. Obviously, we have now lost to them both in Duisburg and in Dorney. So now we sort of look at it. So what happens now? Well, going forward this week, we have sort of the debrief, the bigger overall debrief next week. Speak to the coaches, everyone gets together, speaks to how we thought it went, etc. So we find out how that goes next week. And so that's, I would say, it's another failure on our part, on my part, for not winning, I suppose. But it's another failure in my eyes of not sort of getting the best result possible. And it's frustrating because I've made a few vlogs now throughout this year where it's failure this, failure that, etc. And it gets to the point where, or I'm getting to the point where, and this is partly, I want to keep talking to the camera, to talk to the camera, but also talk to you guys, because I don't want to show, like I said in the last video after Duisburg, I don't really want to just put out videos that are, guys, we won this, or we won that, or we just did really fast rowing, and everything's always good, because no matter who you are, not everything's good. No matter who it is, whether it's your favourite celebrity or anyone in the world, there is always ebbs and flows to life in general. So that's why I'm not just putting out loads of videos. The majority of my videos are positive and let's get going and let's get moving. But that's not life. So today is one of those videos where it's not went well. Like I was saying, it's another failure in my eyes, and it's getting to the point where it's, okay, we've failed. There's been a few videos about failure, and it sort of sticks in my head. So failed this, failed that. And it makes me think, okay, when do the successes happen? And I'm not saying, obviously, successes don't just happen. They don't just happen out of the blue. But you still think, okay, I've put in all this work. I've put in time, effort, etc. And obviously it's not automatic, but what am I not doing right to not have the success? So that's where you look in. I'm going to look in here, look at myself in the mirror, talk to the coaches, look in the crew, etc. And that's how we're going to figure out why we are looking at this as a failure and what we can do to move it more in the direction of a success. And that's really what, when there is a failure, like I've said before, and what I keep thinking about when I think about the word failure, or even failing, or not performing to your utmost potential, it's about the Sylvester Stallone quote in Rocky. It's not about how hard you get hit, it's about how hard you get hit and can still keep going, still keep pushing forward. I think it's not exactly that, but that's pretty much the idea. It's not, sure, you can get hit loads of times, but if you stop after getting hit, then what could have happened after that? It's about keeping going, but at the same time, when does the keeping going not make sense, kind of thing? You have to be able to keep going, or at least have a vision of where you want to be, which I definitely do. And that's what I'm trying to get to, is sort of, you can have so many failures, but if you have confidence in where you want to get to, if you can see where you want to get to, and if you're putting in the work, and obviously you can put in the time, you can put in the effort. Everyone can put in the time and the effort, but you have to be able to put in the right type of time, the right type of effort. So if you put in the right type of time, the right type of effort, if you can see where you're going, then you should be able to get there. is just only a matter of time. And that's, no one knows how much time. That's the difficult part of the whole sort of equation. It could be really quick. It could be just a really long time. And that's, no one can really tell the future. No one can really sort of tell you what's going to happen. And maybe that path, you've got this vision that might take a few meanders, a few weaves through, but it's not always a straight line, of course. Life is not a straight line up or down. It's all about those ebbs and flows, like I said. And today we had, on a completely separate note, to get away from sort of the failure stuff, but what I'm going to do is just assess what I'm doing and keep on moving forward. On a separate note, we had the European Champs today, or the finals of the European Champs today, and really good performances from everybody there. Congratulations to everyone that raced there, if you're watching at all. But if you've not watched it and want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. It's on the World Rowing website or something like that. But the congratulations to the guys in the 4. So you had Ollie Cook, Matt Rossiter, Rory Gibbs and Sholto Carnegie. They won the 4 event, which is absolutely amazing. So they're the European champs for this year, and hopefully they can continue that success throughout the season. And that's one of the things as well. You look at people that you... One of the things I do, or one of the things you can do as well is, so those guys for me they are ahead of me. They are on the GB team, but they aren't sort of a massive gap away. So what are they doing differently that I need to be doing to get to where they are? And that's the same thing for you. So say you want a promotion, and you see your boss or whoever is doing, or she's doing this type of thing. Maybe there's something you could be doing differently to get to that promotion. I don't know, something like that. But congratulations to those guys in that 4, and that's absolutely amazing to watch. I know all those guys. I've rowed with all of them, and they went and did a really good performance today. The 8 did really well as well. They were second. The women's 8, or the men's 8 did second, and so did the women's 8 actually. And there's loads of other results in there as well. Definitely, if you haven't watched, I think there was some of the racing we were watching this afternoon. We watched the women's pair. That was some awesome racing. I think there was 3 or 4 boats at 2:50 to go, bow ball to bow ball. Same with the men's quad, and they came 3rd, I think. But it's awesome to see the racing this weekend. No matter it's been at Marlow, whether it's been at Europeans, or even at the IRA Championships in America. It's all been pretty tight. So we've still got the IRA Championship first 8 finals to go. So I'm going to go and watch that when they're up tonight. But that will be it for today's video. I'm not really sure how it's went up to this point. A bit choppy, a bit starty. Didn't really get much footage for the actual rowing itself, just because I was trying to focus more on the rowing, and so it was a bit jumpy there. But we got here. We're still going. We're still pushing forward. Like I said, it's all about analyze after a failure. Take the time to do whatever you have to do, whether it's sulk, be angry, go distract yourself with something. But you must, or you should, come back and say, okay, why is it a failure, and what can I do better? What can I do to improve? But that will be it for today's episode of Yam Squad. I will see you next week. Probably Tuesday, because that's me through the whole week of videos, so I'll not do a Monday video, but that will be Motivation Monday. Hopefully all of you will be motivated through Monday, and I'll see you later on in the week. And as always, Yam Squad, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and have a good one.